business trip.
Do the people move around?
It does tingle a little bit.
He doesn't have his clothes. I love how you just left the podcast for me. I mean, he wasn't wrong, but I like how you just assumed that. Should we turn back on the voice?
Okay. I'm back.
I know, we were talking about it.
What was that? I can't hear anything you're saying. It is loud. Here. Can you hear me at all?
Yeah, we can hear you just fine.
Okay. Awesome. So I have this paper with the top stuff on it. Chips. We got chips. That's the one.
You did all of this just to come down.
21. 21 is our number today. And let's see what number 21 is going to be. It is going to be the top 3 slowest moving lines at Disney.
Got it.
And you have 20 seconds.
Thinking about taking a trip to Disneyland, Disney World, maybe a Disney cruise, or one of the other amazing Disney destinations? Contact me at Princess of the Mouse, and I'd love to work with you on your itinerary to the most magical places in the world.
You can contact Princesses and the Mouse Disney Travel on Facebook at PATM Disney Travel. And we're back.
All right.
God, that was a lot.
I don't know what you're talking about. This is what we're doing. I didn't even really think about the top 3. All right. So all right, I got one.
You got one. Okay. So, do you want to start or do you want me to start tonight?
Well, I have one. So, do you have your 3?
I've got 2 of the 3.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. Okay. So then why don't you start then?
Okay, I'm going to start. And my number 3 line is the line for Merida at Magic Kingdom.
Characters.
So,
I didn't even think about character lines.
Yeah, so Merida meets people kind of across from Cosmic Rays next to the castle. And what they do with that line is they wrap it up in that side chute of the castle. And if you go there in the afternoon, you get baked against this plastic fence the whole time you're standing in that line. And of course, Merida takes her sweet time with people, which is awesome. But for the people that are baking in that line, not the most awesome feeling in the world. That might also be the hottest line at any Disney park. But that is my number 3.
All right, so for my number 3, I am going to go with Dinosaur over at Animal Kingdom.
Yes.
Dinosaur is a ridiculously slow-moving line. When it is out, so the line inside the building is really not all that long. And you're inside of this little pavilion, and it's talking about like the dinosaurs and the extinction event and whatever else. And all you do is like go up a couple of like wood queues. It takes forever. And when the line is really long, it goes outside of the building. And as Matt was just talking about, just kind of standing out there, just sort of like baking for minutes at a time is a very, very just unenjoyable line experience. Dinosaur is my number 3 over at Animal Kingdom for that reason.
All right.
So, what is your number 2?
Number 2, I'm going to go with Rock and Roller Coaster at Hollywood Studios.
That's a slow moving line.
It is another one, and it just feels like the lightning lane affects that ride so much. If you hit it first thing in the morning before the lightning lane really picks up, that line moves really, really fast. But if you get there anytime after lunch and the lightning lane's kicking, you will just stay in that little area right outside the building forever, it seems like. And it's another one of those, you're outside, they've got fans, and it's kind of covered, but you don't get a lot of airflow through there, and it's just a miserable line. And it feels like it takes hours if you aren't inside the show building. And then once you get inside the show building, there's only like 2 rooms once you get in there. But outside, it feels like it takes forever.
It does. It does. That's a good one. My number 2, I'm actually going to stay in Animal Kingdom.
Okay.
And I am going to go with Kilimanjaro Safari.
Okay.
Same reason, same kind of rationale. If you can get to Kilimanjaro Safari very early in the morning before the line builds up, you get through really, really quick. But if you kind of hit that thing and try to hit it midday, you stand there, like you'll move, and then you'll just stand there for like 10 minutes, going absolutely nowhere. And then you'll move, and then you'll stand there for like 10 minutes. And it's kind of the same thing that you just said. It's all about that lightning lane, because there's 0 wait on the lightning lane. And then if there's any type of a wait on the lightning lane, they will drain that thing and leave the standby just standing there the entire time. So, yeah, there are a couple of not very enjoyable ride lines, in my opinion, over at Animal Kingdom.
All right, let's get to number 1. Number 1, I'm going back to Magic Kingdom, and it is my nemesis ride. It's the Jungle Cruise.
That's a long line.
And not only is it long, when you get back into those little outhouses, it is narrow. You can't really rest anywhere. It's another just miserable line to get stuck in. And if you're there with a large lightning lane run in, you just sit, because they do the same thing. They just kind of keep clearing out that lightning lane. And it's usually about a 10-to-1 ratio of lightning lane to regular standby line guests. And it is just terrible. We got there on our last trip in March. We got there, and it said a 40-minute wait, and we were in that line almost 2 hours. Yeah.
Oh,
it was crazy. Absolutely crazy.
I'm a really big fan of Jungle Cruise. I'm not a fan of Jungle Cruise at a 2-hour wait.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not a fan of Jungle Cruise at a 60-minute wait. Let's just be clear.
And I want to go back to your Kilimanjaro Safaris, because I just want to hit a pro tip really quick.
Yeah.
If you're going to Kilimanjaro Safaris after 11 o'clock, you're not seeing the ride. None of the animals are doing anything.
That's true. They're just laying around by that point.
Yeah.
Which is why I said if you don't go early in the morning.
Yeah, you've got to go. You've got to go early in the morning to that.
That should be your rope drop. Like
it should be.
It really should. Like, forget the whole like, oh, I got to run to Pandora. You don't really have to.
No.
And like that's another line that kind of drags a little bit, is the River Journey line. But actually, you're always just kind of slowly moving. It's just only a few people at a time.
Correct.
So,
Correct.
No.
And nobody lightning lanes Navi River.
Yeah. Right.
All right. So what's your number 1?
My number 1, just to spread the love and show that every park has a bad one, I am going over to my favorite park and bringing up Soarin'.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, so Soarin' has 3 bays, ABC. It has 3 terminals. And the line itself up to the break isn't even really the bad part, because they've got this like trivia game going on, and you sort of like get randomly put into a team. So you have like teams in the line competing with each other. So it's kind of fun. It's once I get through the split. Once I get through the split and I get put into a terminal, that becomes the most painstakingly boring wait, because in that terminal line, there's approximately 2 to 2.5 rides worth of people. So you get put at the back of that. And then the ride is a 5-minute ride. So between loading and the ride itself, it's like a 5 to 7 minute experience. And so you stand there for 5 to 7 minutes. You move halfway up for 5 to 7 minutes. You move almost to the end and stand 5 to 7 minutes, and then you, oh my good God.
And then once you get through that line, then you get into the actual like loading bay line.
You can stand there for 5 to 7 minutes.
Yeah, and you get at least one stand for there as well. It's crazy.
Nice.
Yeah, that. Thank you, Patrick Warburton.
It's funny because I resemble the guy that took off the ears.
All right, everybody. If you have a top 3 for us and you want to hear us debate our favorites or least favorites, as it was in tonight's show, definitely go on the website. It's right down there right now. patmdisneytravel.wixsite.com/planning. Right there on the homepage is a form you can fill out that will give you the opportunity to ask us a top 3 or ask a viewer question for our next segment. So, Peter,
We got 7 minutes.
another fantastic top 3. Let's get on to our viewer questions. Hey, thanks for checking us out today. Don't forget to hit those like and subscribe buttons to help out the channel. Also, if you're looking for some more Disney content, check this out. I think you're going to like it.